What does it mean to simplificate? Well, that's a word, a term that we coined to describe the solution to a very common problem. Every textbook, every grammar book that we've looked at in all the languages that we've studied, in all the places that we've traveled to, all have one universal problem. They overcomplicate the things that they're trying to teach. And we'll explain that in a minute. But simplificate is the solution. We coined this term to specifically apply to simplifying textbooks, simplifying grammar books. Now let me give you the first example of what I mean. In an actual grammar book that my wife was using in China, in order to teach the preposition from, the textbook gave us this example. I learned Japanese from Professor Hirohito. Now think about that for a second. They're trying to teach the preposition from, and in that sentence, they've introduced three brand new words: Professor, Hirohito, and Japanese. Those three words were never learned before. They were never taught before. So what they're asking the student to do is to learn three new words in order to learn one new word. The one new word was from, a preposition. This is overcomplicating the teaching method. It's overcomplicating for the student what he needs to learn. So simplificate is simply a principle of eliminating useless words that are interjected into grammar books and textbooks by the authors. With what purpose? To make things easier to understand, so that a person can focus on new grammar and not on new words. So in this specific example, I learned Japanese from Professor Hirohito. We want to simplify that sentence into its simplest, purest form possible. And simply, that would be, I learn from him. Now the grammar has not changed, basically. Now the student can focus on the word from and not focus on learning three extra words at the same time. Grammar is the hardest part of learning a new language. It must be simplified. It must be boiled down to its lowest common denominator, to use a math term. So now think about this. Professor, Hirohito, Japanese are also, in this case, extremely low frequency words. I'm not studying Japanese. If somebody's in a grammar book in China learning English, why would you even construct a sentence that says I'm learning Japanese in the first place? The point is, these words are not necessary. Super low frequency, words that I will probably not use until I've been studying English, in the case of a Chinese student, for 4 or 5 years. Certainly the word professor and Hirohito. And Hirohito. What do I care about Professor Hirohito? I'll never meet him. So the point is, that's the first example of simplificate. I learn from him.